Just something that has
My
been on my
bulge?
mind. Yes, your bulge. Sam, of course, was at my big shindig.
Oh, no.
With the lovely Jess, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
He took his lovely, way out of his league wife with him.
Yes.
Finally let her out of the house, I guess.
Yeah.
Or something. The three of us, we were going downstairs when you first arrived, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, let's go down for get a beverage. And I turned around. I was acknowledging Sam. But I didn't say that. I just said, don't worry, there's some non-alcoholic beverages. Jess went, and patted her belly.
Oh, no, she's not pregnant.
Why would she do that?
I don't know. Maybe she was thirsty, but she's not pregnant.
Or maybe.
Wow, and you want the big scoop.
I would give it a
Blowing up her spot.
Who wouldn't?
These women, they're careful when they let the world know. You got to be careful with that shit.
I'm sick of it. Fucking, yeah. Goddamn, Nicole, she was crowning before she told anybody that she's pregnant.
Well, Bob Kelly didn't want to either. You just don't want to jinx it. And if, like...
Dude, my kid was coming out of my wife when I finally told you guys.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx it.
The second one especially, I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm having a kid in 2 months. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Women are very, particular when they tell.
Yeah, because
I
if the
just
kid doesn't
want-
make it, they don't have to explain everything.
Right,
It's
Jesus.
private. You know?
I just don't want anybody saying I didn't, say that or see that. But,
up on it.
okay.
The Nicole was obvious,
All right.
though.
What?
We just got to look around a little more.
I was just looking at her feet every time she goes by.
It was pretty obvious.
Things.
Not her body changing. It was just the
Pelican.
glow on her
The
face.
glow? What?
It looked like she was.
I thought she was just doing coke.
No, that's what I noticed. That she was a bit on the sober side for a long period of time.
Yeah.
You got to pick up on the little clues around you.
Right, she hadn't been soused.
No, and she didn't say fuck you as she's walking through the halls and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
She
pregnancy
was
is-
pleasant.
It's working for her because she's not coming in hungover.
Right,
It's not
yeah.
destroying her body.
Right. She didn't give us the finger going by the glass, all that fun stuff we get to enjoy with her.
Did you hear what Dennis said to her after she
Oh,
announced
my
she was
God.
pregnant on the air?
Horrible.
He said the minute that she got off the air, he said, congratulations. You know, a lot of people don't like to announce their pregnancies on the air. I had a coworker of mine who I told him not to announce that his wife was pregnant on the air, but he did, and the baby was fine, but then he did it again, and his second baby was stillborn.
Right after
He
she
did not
announced it.
say this.
Yes.
I swear to God.
So
He did.
Immediately
So
after
that means he's on the spectrum.
he's got to be.
He's on the spectrum, we call it.
And then
Yeah.
he came in on the
You gotta be
after
careful.
show.
You just say he's on the spectrum.
He came in on the after show and said, "Oh no, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just telling a story. I was just saying that's just some advice."
You don't mention that to somebody.
Yeah,
pregnant.
No,
It does. All right, you didn't mean anything by it, but it just shows you're stupid.
you don't
I'm
even say
stupid.
that word to a pregnant
Hell
woman.
no.
No. Jesus.
I think Denny does a good job on the show.
You do.
He does real quality radio broadcasting.
He gets a little out of hand.
Denny does.
I don't think he's got all those feelers out there, feeling what people shouldn't say, shouldn't hear, things like that. Like,
He's a boob.
He's a boob.
His social graces are out of whack.
a little out of whack, yeah.
Because he might be on the spectrum.
Yeah.
He better come in here and defend himself now. I got to know if he's on the spectrum.
I do feel bad I didn't invite him to the party, though.
But you said you invite everybody.
I do.
You did say
but,
that.
apparently he needs a personal invitation.
Well, he's on the spectrum. You know, it's not. He
On the
doesn't really pick up
spectrum.
on social cues.
Well, we don't know if he's officially on the spectrum.
What does that mean on the spectrum?
It might be a little,
You know,
Is he slow?
no,
autistic.
just tough with social cues.
Right.
I think that's how they judge autism, by a spectrum, right?
Yeah, because there's many parts of the spectrum.
Right, right.
And the spectrum's been broadened recently,
Sure.
by the way.
Sure.
It's a wider spectrum than it used to be.
Yeah, but there are people who aren't good at social cues and social graces.
Oh, he's
Oh,
definitely
God.
on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We already know.
Yeah.
We already know Kenny's on the spectrum. We've accepted that years ago.
That's right. I was best friends with intern David.
Right.
Yeah. I understand him.
Yeah. So the Beebs. This Beebs kid.
I know that place, by the way.
Where he was?
Yep.
Were you there?
I don't know if we went to that one or there was another one. That one we might not
Hoa
have.
House.
Yeah, I forget. They're called a Termis or whatever. And there was the Monte Carlo is where we went. I don't think I went to the other one. I might have went to it once.
Well, the Beebs was down there in Rio, and he might have. He definitely went to one of those brothels.
Getting hookers.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Who cares at
Exactly.
this point?
But it's the Beebs, and it's almost like he did it on purpose to show that he's a bad boy, and Do you see the latest picture of him shirtless? Because he has to be shirtless all the time now. Now it looks like he's on steroids. He's trying to pump up his body.
Yeah.
He's just trying so hard to change his image.
He's becoming a man. I don't like it. I like the young Bieber.
That's
But he's tried like 10 different things. Miley, it was one thing, and she changed her image.
She did it.
yeah, but
She did it
he's-
really easily, and this guy's like, all right, maybe if I get caught with a firearm, or maybe if I get caught smoking pot, or maybe if I have my guy carry me, up the wall in China there,
I could piss in this bucket.
or maybe if I get
Yeah.
caught coming out of a brothel, like
It's all half-ass shit.
thank you. Yes.
And why not just stroll out of the brothel with your head up high?
Going, that's right, motherfuckers.
They got a sheet around. It just all looks stupid.
Yeah, who else would be under a sheet?
Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't want to
hold
get
on.
caught
Yeah, well,
in the brothel. Someone
who
ran
cares?
him.
like, who cares, though?
I like that. He just quality radio.
Hold on, but yeah, it makes a good. Sorry, I didn't. But you do make a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, you come out in a sheet. Obviously, it's someone really famous. So if there's a rumor you're in there, wouldn't you just stay in there forever?
That's not exactly.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Wait till the
maybe
heat dies down.
Make sure the sheet covers your shitty
Or-
wrist tattoos.
I know.
or figure out a better way to get out of the place.
It's so obvious that it's him, and I don't know.
It seems like he's just going for something that's not really working.
I think he's trying to play both sides of the fence here. He's got that still teen idol following that he's got,
Right.
and he doesn't want to blow that off. Like Miley, it was easy for her to blow that off and go where she went because she's got just as many fans
Right.
in the sort of young adult segment than she did when she was what's her name, Hannah Montana. But Bieber, he doesn't have any real adult fans.
no.
So he can't blow off his little kitty thing, but he doesn't want to be that guy anymore. He wants to be the tough guy. So he's playing both sides of the fence, and he's coming off half-assed on both.
And he has a huge fan base, and he can't have sex with any of them because
Right.
he would be thrown in jail. So now he's
Right, exactly.
He finally had to get some of that poison
Oh,
out.
he had to get some of that big Brazilian ass.
Yeah, like he was talented for a kid. Like he
Right.
was like, oh, that
For
is
a kid.
talented for a kid. And then
Yeah.
it was like, oh, he's
He's a prodigy.
But he's still selling.
not like he
Is
was.
he?
I mean,
He's still selling though.
He's on the decline in a major
And
way.
he's not number one on Twitter anymore.
Nope.
No.
He was finally overtaken by
I'm gonna go Katy Perry.
Lady Gaga.
Opie's right with Katy Perry.
Wow, she's more than Lady Gaga, huh?
You're going to hear
Yeah, Katy
him
Perry's
roar.
Look at those.
She's like 36 million people.
It's the titties.
Oh, here
46.
you go.
46.
From here. That story moments away.
Oh, look at us. We're hitting these stories right before the news
Oh,
does.
do tell.
We're good like that.
Dennis Falcone. It's very easy. We don't need a long, drawn-out appearance from you today.
Denny, what about your insensitive remarks to Nicole?
Right.
We already covered that on the after show.
Well, that's the after show. Now let's
is
do
the
it
after show.
now
This
let's
is the
do it
main
for-
show.
Let's do it for an audience.
No, first of all, it wasn't. First of all, it wasn't insensitive.
Oh, it was completely insensitive.
It was
A woman
Why
that's
would you
pregnant doesn't
mention-
want to hear anything about stillborn.
No,
She doesn't want to hear the word
no,
stillborn.
no, it
She
was-
doesn't hear the word miscarriage. She doesn't want to hear the word crib death.
She doesn't want to hear the word
There are
what-
certain things you
who's
just
this?
never say.
Doesn't want to hear the retarded,
Right.
any of that shit.
No,
Yeah,
this
she
was
doesn't
all-
want to hear that baby's a mongrel. She doesn't want to hear things like chip
we-
of love doesn't
we-
matter what color people are.
We didn't say anything like that.
You
I just
did.
said from a programming standpoint. I worked at a radio station once, and a disc jockey's wife was pregnant. He said, I can't wait to go on the air and talk about it. I said, no, you can't. He goes, why not? I said, well, you just can't. I go, what if there's complications? What if there's a problem? And you're saying, hey, good times and great oldies. And by the way, my wife lost the baby. So I just told Nicole, it's better not to have said anything than just all of a sudden, where's
you
Nicole?
don't-
She comes
but
back
you
and
don't
I've got a
say
new member
that.
of the family.
And he said this to her immediately after she had just
Right,
said
right.
something on
And,
the air.
and it's that dumb advice that it's too late because you already did it anyway.
Right.
So who are you helping? You're only hurting
It
her.
was conversational. It wasn't.
it was immediately after she got
But it's
off
also
the air.
it's also
Okay,
bad
hold
radio
on.
to not be truthful with your audience.
100%.
Well, that's it's a different type of radio. Though.
Yeah, it's terrible radio.
But what were you
Liar,
trying to
liar, pants on
accomplish? Because you
fire.
already told her audience that she was pregnant.
It was just conversational and passing.
I meant to tell her, don't do it again.
But I did offer to I offered to be the DJ for her christening celebration.
Well,
But
that's if
she
the
told
kid
me-
makes it.
but
Obviously.
But Dennis, you think it's acceptable to have that casual conversation with a woman that's pregnant?
We were just speaking.
Because there's so many things that could still happen with a
you just
pregnancy.
never bring
gentlemen
any
talk about
bad
reality.
things up.
It was just reality.
No, you don't bring any of that
No.
up. Because she's not going to walk away from that conversation with the thought like, wow, maybe I shouldn't say it on the air. Like the radio portion of it that was so important to you when you conveyed the story is not what she walked away with. She walked away from that conversation with
Horrified.
Oh my God.
Right.
No.
There are things
Oh
out
my
there.
God,
There are
yes.
horrible things out there that can happen to a child.
Here's what you said to her. You know, you might not have wanted to announce that because the kid might not live. And that would be a bummer to have to tell your audience.
Right.
That's in an ugly way of paraphrasing
Yes.
the message you gave her. It is that exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think so. That again is strictly an opinion.
But no, how could
Strictly get the women on the phone.
How
It's
could
the
it be
spectrum. The
different?
four that listen to us.
How could it be different, the opinion? You said to her, you gave the example because you wanted Nicole to relate to the example, and you basically said, you shouldn't have announced that because if the kid doesn't make it,
Right.
you'll have to give a
I
sad
didn't say
announcement.
you should not have announced that.
Why
I
would
didn't
you
say
have-
that? We were talking about in passing. I said, I worked at a radio
Danny.
station where.
So why
they
would you
told
bring
not
that
to say
example up if you
don't-
weren't relating it to her?
You don't say that to pregnant women ever. Maybe, this kid, she has this kid and then she's not pregnant anymore. You want to have that small talk because he considers it just a little small talk.
Just some light
Yeah.
Friday conversation.
Absolutely
Yes.
not when they're pregnant.
And
So much shit could go wrong still, right up until the birth of the
Oh
damn
my
thing.
God.
And that story directly relates to her. You're telling a
Yes.
story of somebody who announced it on the air right after she just announced hers on the air.
Oh,
yeah,
Denny.
of course you are.
It's the direct correlation to this is you and what could happen.
You just never mention those horrible things.
If you just mention that for no reason, that's one thing. But she said she was pregnant, and you were saying why you advised someone not to say they were
boy.
pregnant, which is your way of saying you probably shouldn't have said that because of this. And then you're on Hits 1, you'll have to make a sad announcement. That was the same thing.
Right.
Grim Reaper over there.
Okay, if you look at it that way, then
There's no other way to look at it. How do you look at it that way?
I don't think I did anything wrong.
He's missing some social cues.
Oh,
A
really?
few. Spectrum.
Are you on the spectrum?
No,
Okay.
no. Just thought I'd just mentioned it
If
to her
the
in
spectrum
passing.
is the radio dial.
Well, that's
Oh, wow.
There you
Hey,
go.
can I give a shout out to some
Please.
folks, big fans of yours who I did a wedding for this past
Oh,
week?
please.
They must. Okay, where did you meet them? Was it at the child's funeral?
No.
or-
They heard me on the show here, and they love you guys.
Oh,
they love
nice.
you guys. And Valerie, and Jude is his name.
Oh.
And I was able to play both songs too.
Valerie by the Monkees.
Although before you announce their names fully, I always say don't announce names because 60% of marriages end in divorce.
Did you say that?
Could happen.
Did you say that
No,
when you was playing?
No.
Hey Jude.
No,
Why not?
I had everybody
That
sing.
would have been some
No, we had
casual
everybody sing
conversation.
along.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we just he might not have announced it on the air. Some people don't announce that they're getting married on the air.
Well, you just did.
Well, no.
No, they wanted me to. They said, "Hey, make sure you give us a nice shout out."
There's not a
Like
divorce.
me and
We had a good
Ope
time.
when we were at AAF in our late 20s. I never mentioned that I was married for quite some time. I didn't,
Right.
because we want to be the cool young hip DJs
Swinging
right.
Bon
that were
Vivant man
out
about town.
there
Right.
partying
Exactly.
and maybe picking up a lady or two if
Well,
What else are you going to do in your late 20s?
exactly.
I want Denny to deal with some bitches.
Uh-oh.
Jessica, Jersey, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Hi, Jess.
Hi. Yeah, Denny, you're really not supposed to announce that sort of thing. I can tell you from experience. I got pregnant very quickly when my husband and I decided to have children, and he was
Premature
super excited.
ejaculator? That's
Yeah.
very quickly. See, he came real.
Yeah.
He was super excited. He told everybody, and then there was something wrong, and I had to have a DNC. So then we had to tell everybody that there
What's a
wasn't
DNC?
That's not good.
It's like an abortion.
That's when
was
they
a
get
baby-
in there and-
they stuck him out.
Oh, okay.
Scrape it out, and the whole,
scrape
the whole
away.
thing.
What's it stand for, though? What does it mean?
Dilation and cartilage.
Oh, okay, I've never heard that. All right.
Yeah, women just, you just say congratulations. That's it.
Yeah, good luck. Hope
No
everything's okay.
conversations whatsoever.
You're supposed to let the woman make the announcement. You know what I mean? And you don't say horrible things like, oh, if the baby's got,
I like going to
waterped or
D&B.
stuff like that.
Well, if you
bust.
hold on, but if you were pregnant and you had that small talk like Denny did with Nicole, would you be okay with that? Where he's relating a story of a guy you knew that had a stillborn. He thinks it's acceptable, and we're the shock jocks.
He said stillborn.
Shocking.
Right.
I probably would have gave him a polite smile and told my husband what a piece of shit this guy was.
Oh, man.
Dan,
I bet that's what Nicole did.
Yeah, what you should have done is say, you might not want to commit to a color in the bedroom until you know if the baby lives, because you may have to spend that money on a coffin.
Oh, God.
All right.
It's along the same lines of thinking.
It is, of course it is.
No, again, there's two sides to every story.
Yes, we've heard your side.
Yeah.
I just learned something about Dennis.
He doesn't like to be wrong.
Oh, no.
It was
You
not
just
meant
don't
to,
see this.
No. I love Nicole. It wasn't meant to hurt her.
No,
or
she's
She's
thought it was
pregnant.
meant to
You're
hurt
talking
her.
about stillborn.
We don't think it was meant to hurt her.
No,
It
of
wasn't
course not.
malicious. It
I
was
was just
dumb.
talking to from a radio
But
standpoint.
you won't take
No.
responsibility for the fact that you
no, not at all.
unintentionally
But
did
you're
that.
talking from a radio standpoint. But,
Unintentionally, if you're looking at it that way, yes. But I
No,
would
but
never,
you keep saying if you're looking, there's no other way to look at
but
it.
he's saying it was from a radio standpoint. But
right, Sam.
in Nicole's eyes,
All
it was real.
Okay, if
From a
Sam's
radio standpoint, you don't have the conversation, period. You don't bring up these things when you see a pregnant girl. You
Well,
don't-
that's true.
We all
Look,
think it, but we
I
don't
don't think
say
you had
shit.
any malice.
No malice.
I don't think you meant
No.
to do that. I just think that how you are, you assume that this was a wonderful story to tell her. When meanwhile, and I don't know if you see it right now, it was a terrible thing to say.
no, like for instance, say if Sam said, "Hey," he came in and he said, "Hey, my wife is pregnant." I
We'd
said,
say,
"Well,
who's
make
this?
sure."
That's
what
a
I would
real
say.
man.
Right. And I would just jokingly say, I would tell him, "Hey, look, make sure you don't talk about it in the air because I worked at a radio station."
But she already said it on the air,
Yeah,
so you're not even
after.
helping her. You're just putting the thought of stillborn in her head.
It's just a radio war story.
War
just
story
a
that
DJ war story.
ends
that's
with
all.
a dead child.
Yeah. Jessica, thank you. Let's go to Rachel. Rachel.
Rachel.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Rach.
So another thing you also don't mention to a pregnant woman is, gee, how are you going to lose all that baby weight you put on?
Right.
Oh.
I had a friend who got big and fat after she got
Yeah,
pregnant.
exactly.
In fact, the husband wound up leaving her because she was so big and fat.
And the baby died, so she really lost on all fronts.
Yes. And now Fat Bottom Girls. Right here on
Queen.
It's Queen.
No,
No,
No.
If you look at it that way.
No.
No. If,
Two sides to every story.
right.
There's not in this case.
A little water cooler chat for you.
Yeah, we understand that. There's two sides of this. You said something to her and you explained why you said it. Nobody thinks it was done with malice. Nobody thinks it was evil.
No, I don't think it was done with
But it
malice.
was absolutely dumb.
Make sure when you
It was
bathe
dumb.
the children early on, you have somebody in there with you because postpartum depression, some mothers drown their children.
Well, I tell
have
you
a good
what,
day.
I will never relay that story again to any pregnant.
Ah.
I
You
learned
shouldn't.
something today here on the Opie and
You
Anthony
did.
show. I did.
That's what we aim to do
You should make
here.
sure you tell Sway, don't mention that you're black because there's been racial lynchings in the country. And go to OutQ and tell them about all the gay bashing. They
Right.
shouldn't mention that they're gay.
You guys
Yeah,
hear about
yeah.
a young man named Matthew Shepard?
Yes. He was a gay man who was beaten to death for his gayness.
And it's even worse that it's a
All right,
radio
guys,
story.
knock him dead in there.
Yeah, I've learned something here in Nicevember. Okay?
Oh.
Nicevember.
Yeah, we're doing nice things here in November for people.
What
Nicevember.
have you learned?
I will not say that again to a pregnant woman because then only upset you
Denny.
guys.
Just to make sure I
See,
wouldn't.
but he still makes it
Yeah.
look like it's irrational on our part. Instead of just admitting, he can't admit that he's wrong.
No.
He can't admit that he's
I
wrong.
was just relaying a story.
We understand
I was
that.
just relaying a
I know,
story.
but
I was
it
just-
failed miserably.
I talked to Jess to make sure I wasn't being oversensitive or just picking on you. She was horrified.
Yeah, I'm sure.
that you said
course.
that.
Everyone's telling you the same thing.
Of course.
And you're making it look like it's our hang up.
No, it's not a hang up.
You said you wouldn't do it again because it upsets us.
No.
Not
be-
because it's
okay,
a bad thing to
okay.
do.
Do you want me to admit I was wrong?
Oh, wow.
He doesn't
I
mean
was
it.
wrong. No, I do mean it. Of course I do. No, I do. Because you know what? Maybe,
he doesn't mean
but maybe I didn't think of the repercussions of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
But I will.
Women
do,
are
I,
very
I
sensitive.
did offer
when
her
they're
my services for a christening
pregnant.
party, but then she told me she
hanger.
was Jewish and she doesn't have a christening party. So
She has no desire to be around you.
Yeah, no, after that, I mean,
Well, it's going to be a girl, right?
Yes.
Oh, so no bris
No
or
bris.
anything.
good. I wouldn't go anyway. Yeah. I'll never go to the bris.
No, you don't like that?
Horrifying, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a shaky moil?
Yeah, it was fucking.
Was he shaky?
He was okay, and I understand why people do it. I'm not knocking people who've done it. I was,
Yeah.
I just would never. I don't
The
think-
screaming.
Just killed
Guttural.
me. Dude, guttural. A guttural screaming.
Guttural
was
screaming from a
barbaric.
baby is brutal.
Barbaric.
Oh, man.
Fucking
barbaric.
brutal. Why do they do that?
I guess because God cares what your cock looks like.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down
Religion
to.
is so weird.
Religious
man.
people are just dopes. God cares about
So
your dickhead.
fucking weird.
He cares about what kind of food you eat. He doesn't want you to eat fish on a Friday, and he cares what your cockhead looks like. Wow, the Creator has a lot of things on his mind when he's building wormholes and black holes. Sure, 100 billion galaxies, but what does your cock look like? Bunch of fucking idiots people are. Nation of idiots. A planet of idiots.
We're just all so stupid.
If Earth was alone with just this solar system, I would put a lot of stock in it. I really would.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
God has time.
Right.
There's nothing happening on Neptune. It's a
Right.
shit pile.
Exactly.
The fucking Venus is a hot box.
There's nothing going
Smells
on.
like someone's asshole. But there's 100 billion galaxies. And then there's little micro things that are a billionth of a fraction of an inch. And God has all of that to worry about.
Cockheads.
But he says, look, did the rabbi bless that hot dog? Don't eat that.
Right, don't eat it.
That guy didn't talk over it.
I'm watching.
Oh, foolishness.
It's unbelievable.
What foolishness.
This is hate speech, by the way, Jimmy. I'm very offended by it.
Oh,
I'm going
good.
to try to get you fired.
It's worse than that Stillborn stuff.
So we're good here?
That's true. Oh, I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
Hey, by the way, Jimmy, I was thinking of
Between you
you
and your
on
priest.
Saturday when I brought the...
Why? Because a comedian killed
When
himself?
I introduced the bride and groom, they walked into Crazy Train. How cool was
thank
that?
you.
Oh,
Very good.
wow.
Cool, but you know,
Must have made your
they probably
night.
shouldn't have,
Oh, it
though,
was
because
great.
Randy Rhoads did die in a
Yeah,
car
yeah,
crash.
that's
and that
true.
was
I
a
said,
plane
ladies and
crash.
gentlemen, the reason we're all here, and then you hit the Aussie.
Crazy
all
train.
aboard! And people
And be
just
careful
went
at those
crazy.
crossings.
just went wild.
Five teens died in a van going over one of these railroad
Nice
crossings.
people. Nice people.
Oh, man.
Bieber got hit by a bottle. That's the latest on it.
Yeah.
Quite a bottle at Justin Bieber, knocking the microphone out of his hand. So the
gives
pop
the
star
shittiest look
walks
after.
off the stage, but he never came back. Then, after 30
pussy.
minutes, the singer's entourage began packing up his equipment. He kicked off the Brazil leg of his Believe tour. He was also 20 minutes late starting the show, and he was
That's a
more
good
than
shot.
3 hours late to a fan meet and greet.
3 hours.
That
And
sounds
he
like
has
our
a
crew
good
around
tough
here. You
guy
know, they get
glove on,
upset,
no
start
shirt.
packing stuff up, and walk off.
Asshole.
Yeah, they're fiery.
Our guys are the
He's
best.
trying to be a
Yeah, you know
tough
what?
guy by doing all the wrong things. Like, because he's not a tough guy, but he'll do, like, not showing up for show, leaving a show.
Right.
Showing up late for fucking meet and greets. Like, all the things these rock and roll wild tough guys do.
Axel.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he
without
makes
being the
fans
tough
wait
guy.
3 hours to
Axel
meet
did
and
all
greet.
that shit.
What an
Twat.
asshole. Punch him in the face when he finally shows up.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
We got a question about the 60s channel. Thank God you're still in studio. Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, guys. Denny, I wanted to ask you how you felt about something I heard on the 60s channel yesterday. So I took my mom out somewhere, and I wanted to put on some music that she would enjoy. And a buddy that I'm sure you're good friends with, what is it, Flash Phelps?
Okay.
A DJ on the 60s channel who, by the way, spells Flash with a PH because it's so cool.
Yeah, he's zany. He's zany that way.
So in between songs, he comes on to say his little spiel, and he announces the next song by saying, "Here comes Tommy James and the Shondell with Moni to the second power."
With what?
Moni to the second power. Is it a Moni?
Moni.
Okay.
That was just the douchiest thing I've ever heard. I wanted to see what you thought about it.
Okay, that was Flash's way of being zany.
Instead of saying Moni, he said
yeah.
Moni to the second
I mean,
power.
See,
Look, there's only 6 million times. You're going to play that song 6 million times. So to say.
Question is, do you find that
Moni,
as
Moni.
douchey as the caller does?
I guess the caller was pretty upset by that.
It's
Then again,
supposed to
but you know what?
be.
I bet you his mom probably said, "Oh,
yeah.
She smiled.
It's supposed to
I got
sound
her
like
wet.
old 60s radio, which was very hokey.
But his mother got stuck to the seat when she heard
Oh,
that.
yeah.
What did
My
mom say?
mom actually cringed when he said that.
Oh.
All right. Well,
You say creamed?
I won't ever say that. I promise you.
All right,
When I
Danny.
introduce
Flash
Moni, Moni.
Phelps.
But thank you again for the time. I appreciate.
So no Moni to the second power, no Stillborn.
No, I wasn't. I won't do
Are we
it
understood?
again. I did learn something today.
Okay, good.
I did learn something, and I do beg of your forgiveness.
Oh, you don't need to. We honestly really don't care.
Oh.
But we figure we'd make a break of it.
Sure.
Yeah, like you could
Hopefully you
play,
find peace.
Monday would also be a song.
Monday.
To the second power.
Monday.
But I wouldn't say that because I wasn't good at math. So
Monday squared.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to break, and we got this old fucking audio from...
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
I have a big announcement, too.
Oh.
I can do it after. It's a big announcement.
Yeah. Wow. Well, the AZT is cheap these days, right?
Oh, no, I don't take it.
Oh.
I share my gift with everyone.
That's a big announcement?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Not really.
No.
It sounds big.
He was teasing, and then he said, not really. So it's like,
We don't need teases here.
No teasers.
Dennis.
I have...
He's going to listen or they're not.
Yeah.
Don't announce it on the air, Jim, just in
finally
case
learned
it falls through.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, you know what? Hold on, good point. Unless I'm killed by a drunk driver, I'll be in Albany November 15th and 16th at the Comedy Works. Now, Clinton, New Jersey.
Oh.
November 22nd and 23rd at a place called the Garden State Comedy Club. I'm working on material still. And then I'm doing Vegas, the 27th and 29th at the Hard Rock, because I'm going out to the Anderson Silva fight. So I booked Vegas just so I can fucking be out there for that fucking Chris Weidman Silva fight.
Why don't you just go to Vegas? Why do you always have to work?
Because it's New Year's Eve, and New Year's Eve week, and I got a gig.
All right.
got
And
a
then
gig.
San Diego, New Year's Eve, the American Comedy Club. All these tickets go on sale Friday, I believe, but I can't wait. I'm so happy I have a reason
like
to be in
it.
Vegas.
Nice. Okay.
Yay.
Dennis Falcone, thank you.
Denny,
Thank
thank
you
you so
guys.
much.
Always a pleasure. We learn from each other, don't
Yes.
We do. It's a sharing thing. It's a giving
Sure.
thing.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
go out
yeah.
there and spread a little disease and hate.
Yes, some joy.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, at Opie Radio, at Anthony Cumia, and at Jim Norton.